Wake up. Wake up.
Say, Sherlock, what has you up so early in the morning?
A new case, of course. A young woman is in a bit of a predicament. She's scheduled an appointment here for 8 o'clock sharp.
8 o'clock? Some notice would have been appreciated. I don't like being up late.
I only found out last night through an evening telegram, and you were out at your monthly doctor's poker game. Doubt you would have even remembered.
It was true. Last night I was ever shit-faced. Dr. Hamish Patel was our visiting player, and we carried on later than usual. Nevertheless, Holmes was acting peculiar.
Thank you for meeting with me so quickly. It's just I fear my life may be in immediate danger.
Please, Miss Stoner, have a seat. Watson, fetch us some tea, will you?
Of course.
Now, Miss Stoner. Please explain to me in as much detail as possible the circumstances which have led you to so dreadfully fear for your immediate death.
You see, it's my stepfather, Dr. Grimsby Broylott, a most nasty and mean-spirited man. The last surviving member of a terribly wealthy and violent aristocratic family from Surrey. A people of no morals, I tell you. He beat his own manservant to death in Bombay.
Why haven't you fed the exotic pets?
No, please, Mr. Roylott.
5 years, hard labor.
And then he must return to England.
You're crazy, Roylott!
Last summer, the worst thing of all happened. My twin sister Julia, who was to be married to her true love, died the night before. Her last words still haunt me.
The speckled band.
The Speckled band?
Yes.
Do you have any idea what that may have meant?
I have no idea. I thought she was hallucinating. She did mention the weeks before she died she heard a whistling sound at night.
She very well may have been hallucinating. How long was your sister ill before she died?
She became ill that night and died before morning. She died even before the doctor arrived.
That means the whistling may not have been hallucinated by Julia. Is there anything else about your stepfather that may be pertinent?
Well, he keeps very late hours and has strange friends. He also employs a group of travelers that live on the estate and look after his pets, a cheetah and a baboon. He's also been constantly working on the house, making repairs to the outer walls, and he had me move into my sister's old room.
Miss Stoner, your predicament does sound very frightful. I will take your case.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Holmes.
I would like to visit your manor as soon as possible with my associate, Dr. John Watson.
If you come around 4:20, my stepfather will likely be at the pub.
Shall be done. Please.
My daughter has come to speak with you, has she?
Stepdaughter, I believe.
She's the only family I have left. And even though she's wrong about me, I won't have her in the company of you or your boyfriend. I'm a doctor. Well, if either of you talks to my daughter again, I will kill you.
We're not your manservants, my old chap.
Well, don't cross me, boys. I've killed men for less.
I've been thinking, Holmes, that Mrs. Stoner must have died while she was in India. Then the girls returning to England with Roylott as children. Well, she herself must have come from significant wealth being a Stoner.
No doubt would have had a will of her own. Driver, a quick detour to the courthouse, please.
Ah! Here it is. The last will and testament of Victoria Stoner.
What does it say?
Okay, it says here, her fortune is to be split evenly amongst her daughters, and if they to marry, their portion to be the dowry, but if they were to die...
It would all go to Roylott. Helen's life is in immediate danger. We must get to the manor. Let's go. Driver! Certainly doesn't look like any home of a Stoner I've met before.
Well, the man of Roylott's mental irregularity hardly has time for estate upkeep. Too busy quenching his insatiable thirst for dominance.
Precisely. Not a Stoner.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm not sure when he'll return. He's gone into London.
Yes, we know. We believe your life is in imminent danger, just as you were saying.
May we have a look about the manor?
I'd like to start in your temporary living quarters, the room where your sister died. Did she have any prescriptions?
How peculiar.
Helen, may we have a look about the outside of the manor? Watson! Look here. A most peculiar piece of work here.
Is it some sort of vent?
No. Vents typically open outside. That vent is enclosed. Watson, I believe we're going to have to stay the night. Prepare ourselves.
I thought she'd be back by now.
I'm sure Roylott is interrogating her about seeing us earlier today.
I'm afraid she may be in danger.
No. That old man has been too careful and deliberate with his plan to go off the rails now.
Only one thing to be done with a man like that. Back in the war, I wouldn't have shot his cane.
That's why we make a good duo, us. With my intellect and your deadly aim.
But wondered how true that statement really was. Holmes was sharp indeed, but I am a fucking doctor. And I know by saying deadly aim, he really meant will to kill. I couldn't blame him for that. Sometimes I frighten myself. At night, when I'm lost alone with my thoughts. Thinking.
He's gone down to the stables to flog his horses. Creepy bastard.
Miss Stoner, we believe your life is in grave danger.
Indeed.
Watson and I are going to stay up through the whole night. I only ask if you do sleep, not in your own bed, I pray.
We don't believe it will be safe.
Then I shall stay up as well, then.
Right. Where's your sister's morphine?
Savages everywhere. Stop to think. Maybe they're not so different.
Very interesting.
Never seen an appendage of such kind. Just saying.
There it is.
Oh my god!
Good boy, Watson. Snake was trained by Whistle. I'm sure the travelers helped him to do that. And that vent was actually a tunnel for the snake to go into Helen's room. Clever.
The serpent was the Speckled band.
Precisely, old boy. I'm sure he brought it in from India and raised it. Abandoned crate.
Well, live by the snake, die by the snake, I suppose.
And all for my mum's estate. Of course. We were worth more to him dead.
I'm afraid so, Miss Stoner.
The whole lot's yours now. Stoke Moran.
Once I settle the debts, I'm going to give it all to the people of this town. I can't stay here another night.
And I cannot another moment.
Not a word was spoken amongst the three of us during the carriage ride back to Baker Street that day. None of us had slept after all. Holmes and I would continue our partnership, solving a number of other cases, but none would strike the same as the case of the Speckled band.